So when you're doing this whole figure eight, I mean, you bring it up so it's about that much line, or do you leave a lot more out there?
Just like that. Yep.
What happens if a fish hits it right here? I mean, you just pulling it up?
No, you leave it in the water and
you let him fight it for a while, and you give it slack then, or let him go?
You don't have to give it slack, but definitely if he bites, you drive it the other way, set the hook, and make sure you get a good hook to him, and then keep the rod tip in the water. Then if he's on, hopefully by that point he won't be thrashing around, and I'll have the net. But give him some play with the rod tip. Don't just thrash him by the boat.
Yeah.
Because you might just get him to lay right there with the bait.
I think that's odd how fish will just stop moving. Like when you're holding a giant musky. I'm surprised it doesn't flap around. And
yeah, and actually, the bigger the musky, the less it flops.
Really? Oh! Holy f***. That was a muskie?
That was a muskie.
Almost dropped the pole in the water. That was a muskie?
That was a muskie.
So do you think a Canadian goose in Canada is just called a goose? Or do you think they call it a Canadian goose?